Welcome in, everyone, to the UWF Football Show. He is head coach Kaleb Nobles. I'm Will Kennedy. We come to you from the Darrell Gooden Center, the weight room. We just got done lifting some heavy weights, but
of course,
you just got done picking up a victory. 35-14, the win over North Greenville, a good North Greenville team. We talked about it leading up to this game. You knew you were going to get a challenge from them, but you guys went out and you want to talk about hot starts and then just able to ride your defense and pick up an important win. You run that streak out now, and you're in where you want to be going into the last week of the season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is all we've talked about since we got back from Grand Valley. Is just we're in playoff mode. We got to know we're our backs against the wall. We got to be ready to play every game, and we got to have a playoff mentality. And we know that every team is gunning for us, and we got to play well. So I'm proud of our defense, proud of our offense, proud of special teams. We made some impact today, so I'm excited about where we're at.
7-2 going into the last game of the season, 5-1 in conference play, but most importantly, riding a 6-game win streak in there. You knew you had to get this one before looking ahead. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. You want to talk about an interesting start to a game. You guys, third play of the game, force a fumble, scoop it up. DJ Barnes is taking it in.
No, he's a phenomenal player, and he's always got a knack for finding the football. He started every game since he's been here as a true freshman. This is his sophomore year. He's a phenomenal player. Defense does a great job of flying around, and we talk about chasing the football, and he got rewarded for doing that today.
You guys give it back to them. You're up 7-0 and force another fumble pretty much right away, a couple plays in. You recover this one, and should have been at the 50, kind of backed around with a little bit of or closer, backed up to 50 with a penalty.
Yeah, for sure. Just something that's unfortunate, and got to fix, got to change, and move ourselves back a little bit. And then we try to take a shot on the first play. Thought we were going to get certain coverage, and they played something different. But I'm excited how the guys drove the ball down after that.
Defense was hunting the football. Offense takes that. You talk about scoring off turnover. Sometimes it's direct like DJ. Sometimes it's a little bit of a drive. You go 10 plays, 50 yards, eat up some clock. And we've talked about it. You get in there, you got a first down and goal to go from the 5. That's been a little bit of a sticky point. You punch it in with TJ.
Yeah, we've talked and really deep dive and done a deep dive offensively. Just certain things, getting certain guys on the field, different personnel packages. So trying to get as many of our best players out there, and we're trying to use big guys, use the big old linemen, do what they do, and put them on the line of scrimmage. And it's a great job by TJ finding the end zone.
14-0 at that point with 8:06 left in the first quarter. It feels like this is going to be crazy, and then it just kind of settles into this back and forth, a lot of punts back and forth. We go into the second quarter, and really we get deep into the second quarter before the wildness starts, and you guys end up throwing a pick. It bounces off. Marcus throws one, bounces off somebody. Their linebacker scoops it up, and then I thought Levi Johnson looked like he was going to take him to the ground, but that's why he's an offensive lineman.
He tried to do like a body slam, kind of spin the guy around and let the guy free. So frustrating that we didn't get him on the ground, and it's a good play. They did a good little twist on the front side and messed with our left side of the lineman. So something we got to clean up, but got to keep improving on those things right there.
It's 14-7 there, but you bounce right back. Huge kick return from Jay Sharper. He goes 69 yards, sets you up with some good field position.
Yeah, he's we took him off a little bit. He had an ankle injury for a little while, and he's perfectly healthy now. So we put him back on there and give us a chance to get some of our best players. And obviously, he does great things with the football in his hand. Good job by the unit overall. Great blocking and a great return by Jay.
A little bit of a struggle. You get the football there, short field. A little bit of a struggle with Marcus connecting on some throws as he's back in the mix this week after missing last week. But the solution for that is a quick receiver screen to Damani Brown. He's going to take it 28 yards.
No, phenomenal job. And the coaches on the headset, Coach Robinson, kind of bringing it up and saying, hey, it's a good time to use it. So we caught him with a blitz. I think they brought a safety blitz, to be honest, to the boundary right there. So perfect time to have it called, and a great job. Great execution by the O-line. Phenomenal job by them.
Nobody touched him on. I mean, it was untouched to the end zone. You kick to them, and then special teams. We talk about all three phases of the game. They get a 100-yard return. Foster takes it back, and he kind of ran away from everybody there.
He did, yeah. It was missed some tackles, not doing our job and not fully covering downfield, thinking he might fair catch it and all that. So, but there's no excuse. We gotta eliminate those things, and we gotta do a better job of finishing every play on kickoff return.
It's 21-14. That's back and forth real quick there. Just a couple seconds off the clock. You still got about 5.5 minutes left, and you get the football and go on a nice long drive. Clock management, eating up the clock, get into some good field position. It was a good kick return. Anthony Ballard doing his best Virgil Lemons impression and letting the blocks develop.
Yeah, it's crazy because AB was a wide receiver for us last year. He transitioned over into linebacker.
He had a big hit in the game.
He did. He had a sack.
Yeah.
He's actually playing some defensive end for us right now. So AB is what you want in your program. AB's dealt with some adversity in his life, and AB has stayed the course. He's one of the happiest kids to be around. So I love for great things to happen to people like AB.
Nice little drive going here. You end up, getting down to the 7, then backing out with a penalty, and Marcus finds Corey Scott on a phenomenal catch. That slant route would show up a couple times later in the game. but he knew he was going to get hit, and he still held him up football.
He did. He hung in there, and it's a tough one. They played a little coverage. The safety took the corner right in front of it, so we had a little scissors concept right there in front. So great job of Corey, man. You're going to have to take a tough hit right there and on third down and right inside the red zone. So great job of the offense to run the clock down and to capitalize right for halftime.
28-14, you're heading into the locker room. You know, obviously there's some things to clean up, but really your defense is more or less still pitching the shutout. Sure. It's been an interception return and a kick return. They are throttling North Greenville.
Yeah, they did a phenomenal job and did what I expect them to do and think they're going to do every week. So that coaching staff does a phenomenal job. They do a great job of getting ready, staying ready. And so we essentially did shut them out. We didn't give up any points the whole game, and so I'm excited about that.
Second half highlights, you guys come out of the locker room, get the football, you're driving, you get out near midfield, it's fourth down, just can't quite get another, like 6 inches short. I don't know about the spot, but
same
over on down.
Same. I can't really say it, but same.
But your defense, as they were doing earlier, I mean, the very next play, force a fumble, recover a fumble, Colin Shaw knocks it loose, Kenny Martin scoops it up.
Yeah, in the sporting world, we say ball don't lie. And I felt like ball didn't lie. I thought we got the first down and be able to force a fumble there and so be able to get the ball back. I thought that was a good job by our defense.
I did not have a Rasheed Wallace reference on my bingo card for this show tonight. You guys get the ball back. It's almost like a hiccup and drive down the field, kind of stall out and inside the red zone again. Tough kick. He pulls it. Tyler pulls one to the left a little bit, and it's been a struggle.
It has, yeah. It's something that continue. We got to keep working on, and we got to figure out who can do it best for us, and so we got to keep working on it.
3 fumbles forced, recovered, and then Ty Crutcher, one of the best plays I've seen. You talked about Dre Williams being such a dynamic receiver. You guys held him in check, and on this one, I mean, he went up and high pointed the ball and took it away from a really good player.
He did. Ty is a phenomenal player that we got in here this summer, and he has done a great job of playing and buying into the culture, buying the program, and he's just somebody that's done this whole time here. He keeps getting better, and so he's earned the right to be playing a lot more than he started with, and you can see the talent. He's a phenomenal player. You've
said it many times. You don't want to see Logan Gregory, but when you do, my gosh, this young man is taking the football at an incredible rate.
Yeah, I think
a great job.
I think he's the best punter in the conference, and I think he's one of the best punters in the country. And Logan came in last year, and he's gotten a lot stronger since when he first got here. And obviously, it's showing, and he's doing a great job of flipping field position and making offense have to drive along the field.
After all the wildness in the second quarter, we go scoreless through the third. They go on a nice little drive that flips into the fourth quarter. You stop them on downs. You get the football back, and all of a sudden, passing game locks in, which I know you wanted to see probably before the day was done. A couple nice connections on slants between Marcus and Corey.
Yeah, those guys doing a good job of things we worked in the week, and really some RPO game stuff that, safety triggering down, guys like that throwing a little banging it behind them. So great job by them, and thought Corey was going to score in the last one he caught, but a phenomenal job of that offensive line and keeping the ball moving as well.
TJ Lane punches it in from 6 yards out to cap a 6-play, 67-yard drive. TJ, 20 carries, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns. I had him as my player of the game. There was lots to choose from, but that offensive line did a nice job. Jay Sharp had a couple good runs. Keyshawn Glanton got in, did it again late in the game.
For sure. I mean, it's a 3-headed horse monster right here, and so I'm excited about how those guys are playing. The offensive line has done a great job of doing what we asked them to do, and we kind of shuffle around a little bit mid-season, and those guys have answered the challenge, and I'm excited about how they're playing.
35-14 the final. We were talking before we started shooting the defense. I think, again, 10 or so tackles for loss, throwing in several sacks, but it was everybody. For sure. We mentioned Colin Shaw. Trayvon had a sack. Lorenzo Payne got in there again and made a couple of plays. Your linebackers are flying around. Cam Canterbury had a big hit. I mean, everybody contributing for Coach Connor.
No, that's right. It's just a lot of depth and a lot of guys you got to recruit and make sure you're ready for this time late in the season, because it's a physical game, physical sport, and so we got a lot of guys that are playing that did start the season for us, and so I'm excited about that everybody's having doing a great job of getting when their numbers called, being ready, and it's a phenomenal job by the staff in that side of football.
You talk about depth. I think what you said earlier sums it all up. A guy who used to play wide receiver is now playing defensive end, as a linebacker and returning kicks, and that's the way you
took one to the house.
That's the way you have to have those guys. So it sets it up on the road next week at a place you know really well. We're heading up to Valdosta, Georgia for a 7 o'clock kick their time, 6 o'clock here in Pensacola on Saturday. They get a win at tough place to play at Delta State this week as well. I mean, it kind of sets up everything. West Al's in a good position. Obviously, Valdosta will be ranked 1 or 2 somewhere in there when we play them. But we've been there before. We've had some success there before. I think about 2019 especially. But what do we need to do to go over there and beat that team?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, you gotta be ready to control the line of scrimmage. I mean, we've actually seen a lot of them as far as I've watched their offense a little bit, game planning, just because of crossover opponents, and the same thing for our defense staff watching their defense. So we know we gotta eliminate TFLs, move the line of scrimmage, run the ball well, and so play well on defense. Obviously, they got a very good quarterback that's one of the best in the country, and so we gotta make him uncomfortable a little bit and eliminate the big plays, and hopefully play well next Saturday under the lights.
You mentioned Sammy Edwards. He is good with the football. He's dynamic in the passing game, but he doesn't turn it over very often. But getting pressure on him is going to be a key to make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's part of what helped us last year playing him. I think we kept him off the spot a little bit, moved him around a little bit, and obviously beat us, but made him a little bit uncomfortable. And so, having played quarterback, I know that's tough. You're not sure about where your launch point's going to be. So, he's a good player, and we're going to do whatever we can to show up and play our best next Saturday.
You guys have put some hits on some QBs. Dylan Ramirez from North Greenville, he probably wanted to come into the new Sandy Sanson Sports Medicine Center, jump in that cold tub, and maybe stay there for a couple of. I could probably use it. You could probably use it right now too. What a wonderful facility to add. I know that you were there. I mean, it's going to add recruiting, but also keeping players healthy, helping them get back on the field.
No, for sure. This is what I feel like is the best facility in the country, and it really rivals some of the big schools in that, or D1, things like that. So. It's phenomenal recruiting. This is a great place to play football. It's a great place to live. Be at the beach, go to a great school, get a good education. So, in my opinion, why wouldn't you want to come here and play football?
We will be on the radio, 5:45 Pensacola time, with the pregame show from Valdosta. The coverage starts at 6. It's on Flow Sports as well. They'll be broadcasting that. And then Sunday, you guys will have your end of the season kind of celebration and banquet and give out some awards, and then there's the selection show. So hopefully you're sitting in a position, hey, we just beat top-ranked team, and let's find out, right?
It's a shot. That's right. Having a chance to go play them is sweet as sugar, hoping for a big win, and so we know that we got to play well and show up and give ourselves a chance to get to the dance.
Road trip, all about that business,
no doubt.
Coach. Congratulations on another win. We'll talk to you after that game next week, and we'll see you guys down the road as always.
Go Argos.